I would now like to request the Honorable Mr. Justice Ravi V. Malimath, Chief Justice, High Court of Madhya Pradesh, to deliver the valedictory address. So please.
Good evening, everyone. My esteemed brother, Justice Ajay Govindraj, Suraj Govindraj, Honorable Justice Ashok B. Chigari, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka, the Principal of the Law College, Sri Dr. J. M. Mallikarjunaya, Sridhar Prabhu, the judicial officers, Shanti Bhushan, and other learned advocates, and my dear law students. It is my pleasure to be present here today to deliver the valedictory address at the National Colloquium on Judicial Services, Opportunities and Challenges, organized by the KLE Society's Law College and Samutkarsh Trust. The topic Judicial Services, Opportunities and Challenges is quite relevant in today's context. We find that there is a significant interest in the judicial services today as compared with the earlier times. There are more posts, more applicants, more competition, and obviously more benefits. Most of you may be aspirants for the judicial services. Before choosing to embark on this path, one must keep in mind that the judicial services is far removed from any other career path that one may opt for. It is important for those contemplating a career in this sphere to deeply introspect to see whether this career would be suitable for them or not. The need for this introspection arises due to the fact that, as the term judicial services suggests, a judicial officer does not undertake a job. He renders a service to the people, and this service is necessarily rendered without expectation of any benefit. Ask yourself about why you wish to become a judicial officer. What is the motivating factor behind your inclination to join the judicial services? If your reason is that of monetary compensation or, say, the status that comes with being a judicial officer, then this may not be the right career path for you. There are many other careers which can offer that to you. An individual with a law degree has multiple avenues where he can work and be richly compensated. Only those who are passionate about securing justice would be suited for a career in the judicial service. It is only this passion that will help you glide through in this profession. This is an invigorating but strenuous profession that you will continue to work in for a couple of decades. Sustaining oneself mentally in the long run is difficult without this zeal. If you have chosen this path for the right reasons, no challenge will seem big enough. However, if the motivations are otherwise, then each day and every case will seem like a struggle. In addition to evaluating one's own reasons for choosing to become a judicial officer, one may also assess if they have the aptitude to become a judicial officer. This may be a little difficult to determine. Generally, advocates who have practiced for at least a few years are more well equipped to assess if a career as a judicial officer would suit them. Some people prefer to apply to join the services immediately after their education. However, we usually find that judicial officers who have gained experience by practicing as advocates are more at ease with the ones who have directly joined after graduation. Such advocates have had a chance to assess their suitability for the profession in comparison with a person who has never practiced in the courts. They understand the nitty-gritties of the profession and have had a chance to visualize where their talents may be put to use. It is not necessary that a good advocate automatically translates into a good judicial officer. There are situations where good advocates have found it difficult to cope with the judicial services. To those who seek to join the services immediately after your education, do not deprive yourself of the chance to practice. You may prove to be a brilliant advocate. Practicing before joining the services is also beneficial for the judicial officer. Since they are largely exposed to the workings of an advocate, it becomes easier for them to swiftly identify the issue and to see through any fallacy in an advocate's arguments. Consequently, such judicial officers with prior experience are more comfortable in handling the cases. Hence, due to these reasons, it may prove to be more beneficial for the individuals to work as an advocate for a few years in order to make an informed choice as to whether they should apply. So think very, very carefully before you take a decision. For a judicial officer, the stakes are very high since each case brings with it the potential to change a party's life and livelihood. There is no room for error in any case and no excuse that can be considered plausible. Many a time, these cases may require the application of a law that the judicial officer has never dealt with earlier. Notwithstanding this, the case would have to be resolved within a reasonable period of time. Only an individual who is motivated, well versed with the law, and quick to understand would be able to accomplish the goals of the institution, which is to secure real and speedy justice. Certain other essential characteristics that are imperative in an individual who seeks to be a judicial officer are that of ethics and morals. A judicial officer needs to be compulsorily be morally and ethically incorruptible. He must maintain the highest standard of integrity in every case that he hears, regardless of the stakes and regardless of the consequences. This is also synonymous with the passion for securing justice. Those who are passionate about securing justice will always have unwavering integrity. Skills with respect to hearing of cases, writing judgments, and the like can gradually be developed over time. But without integrity, a judicial officer is nothing. Integrity is indisputably essential for every person working in any field, but it becomes a mandatory prerequisite when one is a judicial officer. Therefore, for those who are motivated and have the aptitude and a strong sense of integrity, there will be no challenge that cannot be overcome. Such individuals are encouraged to join the judicial fraternity. The opportunities available to judicial officers are multifold. The judicial services offers you the unparalleled satisfaction of knowing that you have done justice. Of course, there is a possibility that your decision may be overturned by the appellate court. But what is important is the right action that has been taken by you at the right time when you had the ability to undertake such an action. The profession is highly intellectually enriching, and you find yourself growing with each case. The intangible benefits in this profession far outweigh the tangible benefits, such as that of monetary compensation and promotions, etc. In conclusion, it is important to remember that the very nature of the profession is that it is service oriented, and only those who are willing to render that service would feel professionally fulfilled. I strongly urge you to find your own reasons for joining the service and to truly assess if you have the aptitude and the characteristics for the profession. a right assessment of whether it is the right calling for you is in your interest and shall ultimately benefit you in the long run. I congratulate the Keli Society's Law College and Samutkarsh Trust for the organization of this colloquium. I do hope that the audience has benefited from all that the speakers have said during the course of the day. Thank you and wish you the very best.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful words.